You can see, right? Fine.
Yes.
So we'll talk about the problem statement. So what is the problem statement here? Right? This is a one of the RPA challenge website. I think everyone knows this website. Okay. So we'll get the input of this stock name from our Excel file. Okay. So where is our Excel? Okay. So this is our input file. So let it go. Right. So you can see this stock name. Okay. It will come from the Excel file. So what we have to do? We have to go to this website. We have to take that particular stock name, right? And then have to click on the search. So as soon as we click on the search, we'll get the value of that stock, right? So we have to capture the stock value, and at the same time we have to capture the last updated, okay, last updated time, and we have to write it here. So we can say stock value, right, and the timestamp basically that we have to mention. But what we have to do in addition to that, we no need to capture the single instance, right? We have to capture the three different instance of the same stock, because you can see after every second, right, or two, this value will change and this time will also change. You can see this time also change. So I want to capture the three value for this particular stock. Okay, three value after an interval of 2 seconds, right? So how it will be? Start, insert. Okay, so stock value may be 12.2, right, 13.4, 10.1. Okay, and the time we have to capture and we have to mention here, like this is our time, for example. We can take it and add it, right? So this is the stock name, this is the stock value for an interval of 2 seconds, and this is the times, right? Similar way, we have to do it for next stock. Similarly way we have to do for all the stocks which are available into this particular Excel. So this is our problems. Clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then how to implement this logic? Like we have to take only three instance and then it should go to the next stock. So
Mm,
yeah, so here what we will do, we can use the condition basically, right? So what is the first thing? We have to, maybe let me share this file as well. Input Excel. Okay, I have shared the file. Right? So what is the first thing? As usual, create a new process. Okay. So what is the first thing we have to do? We have to launch the Excel. This launch Excel, right? Following document. This is our. It will open. Then we have to read the text. all available values, get first range as a column, then external. Okay, right? So now what we did, we have launched this particular input file, right? But here we have to make the input file separate and output file separately. Okay, so this is our input file basically, right? But we have to keep it separate our output file because our output file will be little bit, right? So now what we will do, we will create one output file as well. Okay, so we can mention or here we can give the instance name. For example, this is input file, right? So we should not get confused. The input file instance. And the same instance we will use here as input and launch it. Okay, so we will open the blank document, right? And here we'll mention output. Output. That's right. And now what we will do, we will create the column name basically, right? We have to create the two column name into that particular sheet, or not only two, we have to create a three like stock name as well, right? Because that is a new sheet. So stock name, stock value, and time. So, right. Right. So instance here we will take as a output file, value to write. For example, stock name, right? On specified cell A1, right? A1 we will give it as a stock name. Similar way, we can copy paste, right? Here we can mention stock value. Here we'll mention as a A2, okay? And here we can give it as a time. C, right? So now we have read the data from the input Excel. After that, we have created a new file, and within that new file, we have added this three column. Now, what is the next step? We have to launch the Chrome, right? So we have to launch the Chrome because we will launch only once. So first, we are talking about the initialization. Launch new Chrome. This will give it as a maxi. Okay, and for best practice, we will put it to the init. Control X, Control, right? So now what it is doing, it is doing the initialization. Okay, what else is there? We right now we will talk few things which are still pending, but we will go to the loop basically processing. So go to the process. Okay, now what we have to do, right? The first step is we have to select the drop down value from here, right? So by default it will be like this, right? So if you want to set the drop down value, we can mention drop down set UI. Select, right? We can mention select by name. Okay, select by name. So now we have to give it select by name. So from where this name will come, right? It will come from the loop or it will come from the Excel. So before that, we have to take a for each. Take this. What will be the input? Excel data. Here we can mention as a row. Okay, and this we will put into the and select the value. Row square braces. Which value we have to give? We have to give the stock. Okay, we have to give this as a stock. Right? What is the next step? We have to click on this search button. Right? We have to search it. Then only we'll get the value. So press. Okay? I clicked on this button. Now what is the next step we have to do? Right? We have selected it, we have clicked on the search, we have to capture this value, right? We have to capture this value. So how to capture this value? Get details of UI element on web. Let's add. Let me do it again. I didn't capture. Oh, it was capture correct. No worries. Okay. And here we'll give it as a stock value. Stock value. Similar way, we have to take the time as well, right? This time. Get details of element on a web. Like this. Okay, this. Stock, right? And what we have to do after this, we have to write into the Excel, into the respective one, right? So what we will do, we'll use the write to Excel basically. Okay, after this. Write to Excel. So which instance we have to use the output value to write, right? So which value we have to write? We have to write the stock value. Where we will write? We will write into the B2 in our new file basically. Okay, so this is our new file. Let me know. Right. So here we have to give the stock name, right? Here we have to give the stock value, and here we have to give the stock time, right? So we'll come to the stock name, but first we will write the stock value and stock time. Okay, so that we will do. So where we have to write B, we have to start writing from B, right? But again, we have to write in B2, B3, B4, all the things, right? So we need a counter variable, right? So click on the same. For that, we have to create a counter variable, right? And that counter variable we have to create into the initialization. So here, can do set variable. Here I will mention row count, right? Row count or counter, anything is row count. And I will give the initial value as a 1 basically. Okay. And here, before writing, we will increment that variable. So increase, increase, okay, increase. So what we have to do here, we have to put the name of a row count. Increase by 1. So now we will increase by 1. Now what is the value for it? The value will be count 2, right? So I will take this. And here, instead of direct value, we can give it as a row count. Okay. So similar way, we will do it for stock time. So just copy, paste. So instead of stock value, I can give the stock. So this is our, and here we'll give C. Right. Also, we have to mention one more thing, right? This stock. Right? Where is the stock name? The stock name is coming from the Excel, right? So again, we'll use this here. Okay, but we need a stock, right? And where we have to add into the column A basically, right? So how to add into the column name and which value we have to add? We have to add a call this stock name. But here we don't have the stock name directly, right? But it is available into our input Excel file, right? So it will be a row stock. Or before that, what we can do, we can take a set variable, we can store that value there, and then we can take, right? Anything is fine. No problem. Okay. So now what it will do, whatever flow we have built, it will work only on a single record, right? It will work on a single record. But what is our condition, right? This repetitive task, okay, like which is starting from step number 4 to the step number 9, basically, right? It should be uh, work 3 times with the interval of 2 seconds or with the interval of 1 second, right? So what we have to do in that case, we have to use one more condition here, like suppose here the first stock name will come, right? So it should perform the task 3 times. Once it is done for 3 times, then it should go ahead and it should pick up the next stock, right? So we have to put a condition here. So we'll use loop with condition, loop condition, okay? Where we have to do, yeah, right? Save it. But what is the condition and all? We'll talk it. But before that, we can put all the information in. Now here we have to give the condition. What condition? Like it should perform the action, right? 3 times basically, right? So what we will do, we'll use a counter variable. So use set variable before this loop, right? Here we'll give as a count, or we'll create a new one because we don't have the counter count. Okay, and what should be the counter value will be 1. And then this counter, right, we will use here, counter, right? So counter should be less than 4, right? Or we can give this as well, okay? Less than or equal to 3, right? We can give any condition, so it's just logic. So counter should be less than 4, right? And once it going for this selection, value selection, basically, right? What should happen? It should wait 2 seconds, basically, right? So what we can do? We can use a wait once it pick the first value. So we can go wait. How much? Maybe we can give that just 2 seconds of delay. That's it. Okay. So in this way, we are able to achieve our problems. So you also perform, Sneha, and if you have doubt or question, please.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, please go. And then one more thing, Sneha, sorry, I just forgot. So we have to increase this counter value as well, right? So that only it will increment by 1. So we can do the set variable and we can increase the counter value by 1.
Yeah. Yeah, done.
Okay, so it's working, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, meantime, we'll go to the next problem state. Okay, this, right? So this is like ah, okay. So what we have to do first, right? We have to download the PDF files from this location, right? So if you click on this, right, uh, it will download those PDF files, okay? And it is in a zip basically, right? So we have to unzip it, right? So as soon as we unzip it, what we have to do? So suppose, like, okay, so we have to unzip, right? Unzip. As soon as we unzip, we have to go to each and every uh, PDF, right? We have to go to the PDF. From this PDF, what we have to do? We have to capture the order number, right? We have to extract the order number, right? We have to extract. After extracting, we can give that order number here like 10. Then click on the search. As soon as we click on the search, right, we have to click on global wealth management. So once we click on the global wealth management, right, the same file, okay, basically like from which we have extracted this order number, right, that we have to upload into this particular location. So we have to go there, right? Suppose this one, right? So we have to open it and we have to upload, right? Once it shows the message like file successfully uploaded, we can click on the back, right? And then we will be on this particular screen. Okay, so this is our problem state. Clear? Okay,
Yes.
so we'll go. So suppliers, supplier search. Yeah, let it. Okay, right? So what is the first thing we have to do? We have to go to that particular website, right? And then we have to download those particular files. So this will be coming to the initial. Okay. We have to launch. So then the next is we have to click on this particular search link. Click. Okay. Right. After that, what will happen? It will ask you that particular location where you want to save it, right? So we have to give the particular location, right, to save it. So here we have to give the location. So for example, I want to save this uh, in a folder. supplier video. Okay, so I want to save into this particular location. Where is the plan? This. So I can give this path directly. Populate in a window. So we have to give this path. Right? So within this path, this particular folder will get downloaded. Save. Right? Close this. And then we have to click on the save button. Right? So that is it. So press button in a window. Save. That one. Okay. Save. Right. So now we are done. Maybe let's run and see how it goes. Okay. Run. Okay. Let me go to the input folder. Test documents. It is saved on. All right. It's empty. Okay. So we have to click on this save button, right? Because that save button will come twice. Press. Maybe we can use the same. Control. Because selectors will be always similar. That's right. Or we can give that particular name also, right? That will be easy for us to understand. So what we will do, we will give some particular to them. Okay. So what we will mention here, PDF files, basically, right? PDF. Now we perfect, right? Now it has downloaded. It has downloaded to that particular location. But what is our next step? We have to unzip it, right? Because then we have to use it, right? So we have to unzip. So how to do unzip? It will ask the archive, select the which you want to unzip. You can go test documents, right? Then supply PDF. This, okay? The full path of the folder to extract the archive to the work. Okay, so this is a destination folder, right? Where you want to save. So go here. We can give some, for example, PDF. Right. So within that folder, it will get extract. Right. So we can go in this particular folder. Then input data. Then we have test documents. The supplier PDF, and within that PDF. Right. Oh, now we can run this step and see it is working or not. So run from. Okay, it ran successfully, and now you can see we are having this PDF files also available, right? So it means it's working perfectly, right? Now we are done with the initialization, so we have to go to the process. Process, same, right? So we can do the for each, right? So what we require here, we have to give the file path, but before that we have to take the file path, right, from that particular folder. So we can use uh, get files in a folder. This particular we can use action, and we can give the your folder. So where is our folder? Folder is here. Input data, test documents, supplier video, right? Test document, supplier video. Yes. Okay. The test document. We have this supplier video. Okay. And all the files will get stored in this particular variable called as a files. Then go here, do, and here we'll give the input for. Okay. So we'll give files as the input, and here we'll mention for each file basically. Okay, for each, right? Now what we have to do, we have to read the PDF, right? Whatever the PDF is coming, so extract text from the PDF. Select what will be the input, file will be the input, whatever the file is, right? It will read the data and it will store into the variable called as a extracted PDF text, right? So how to, after reading, we need only specific that order number basically, right? So we'll use display message just to get an understanding of what information it is extracting, and accordingly we can fetch that particular order number from that input, right? So let's run this one. We don't require that. Okay, file not found, line per 7. So it is saving, it is not able to find that particular part, but it should be there. It, yeah, it's there, right? So might be the case, right? During archive, right? It taking some time basically, right? And it was not getting that particular file. So we can give a wait basically. Wait for a second or 2 seconds, just for our understanding. We'll keep 2 seconds, and then we'll reduce and we'll delete this. Let Okay, this is done basically. Okay, but we have to run in a sequence. Sorry, run stop payment. Run stop process. All right. Again, we have to delete. It. So run. So it will run our flow end to end. Okay. Why I am giving this line number 2 of process extract. Fail to extract. But why it is failing this one? Supplier. Okay. So I have. Oh, okay. I should give this part PDF files. Uh, so we can go right input data, this document, this PDF files we should do, right? This PDF files. Right? So typing what we will do, right? Rather than giving this, I will give any file path here. Now, till now we are good, okay? It should work perfectly fine rather than running each flow every time. Test documents, supply PDF, this, okay? So we can run this. Otherwise, we'll keep this out time. Okay, run from. Now it will give this output, right? This output and take into the notepad. And what value we have to capture? We have to capture this 10. Right? So how to capture this 101? By using the crop text, right? So stop. I will use a crop text. Crop text. What is the input here? Extracted PDF text before and after, right? Between the two specified flags. So order number, right? So I can give this order number. We'll take colon as well, right? This is the start, and what is the end? The Netherlands, for example, right? We can take the Netherlands, okay? And after that, it will store this value, right? This is order, right? And we can display the order number here. Order, order, right? We can run and see, are we getting the order number? Okay, so this is a whole text. See, now we are getting the order, right? So we are good, order. Now we will put this into the loop. Okay, we have put it into the loop. So instead of this path, hard-coded path, right, we can give the variable called as a file. Okay, right? Rest of the things are very simple. Right? So now what we did, we have extracted data. We got the our what I can say order number, right? So once we get the order number, what we have to do? We have to go here. We have to type that order number and search it, or customer number, whatever it is, right? We'll go populate. right? But we have to populate the order number, right? So which we have extracted. So this is a order, okay? And what is the next case? We have to click on the search button. So we can go here, we can mention press button. Okay, right? We have clicked on the press. So now we'll do 101 and search, and then we have to click on a global wealth management. Click. Global, right? Once we click on the global wealth management, what we have to do? We have to click on a choose file, right? So again, we'll use a press button. Press, right? So once we click on the press button here, right? Again, we'll get this particular file, right? So what we have to do? We have to choose the file, right? So how will be able to choose the file, right? So we need a file path, basically, right? But we require a file path. So how to get that particular file path, right? So get file path, okay? Get file path path, okay? So during initialization itself, we can use it. So here we can say we can get the root path, right? We can get the directory name, file name, and all the things. So we can take that root path, basically the path of that particular file, right? So we can just select file, right? And within this root path, we'll get the path of that particular file, right? So we don't need to do any extra things to get that particular path, right? And select the file, save it, right? And when we click on the press button here, right, this window will populate, right? And that path we can give it here so that that file can be get selected, right? So what we will do, we'll go here, populate. No, this text window. We'll use this one where we have to type it. Okay, we can select the variable as a root path. Okay, root path. Save. And once it is done, very simple. We have to just click on the open so that that particular file will get available, right? And then we have to click on the file upload file, right? So only two actions are pending. So we can go and we can this press button. Add the element. Click on the open. Okay. And the last step is we have to click on the upload. That's it. So we are done. Press button. We will take from the web. This is web PC. So click on the upload. Right. So in this way, we are able to complete these particular steps. Okay. So maybe Sneha, if you want to do right away, I'm available. Or if you want to do it later point of time, that is also
Yeah, I can take it as a homework.
okay. No worries. Uh, so maybe we can stop here, right? Because we have taken two problem statements and like Arpan is not here. So we'll connect to the next session and we will start from the AI builder. Okay.
Sure.
So So can you take on that Saturday morning? For my morning means your Friday night.
Yeah, I can try.
Okay, fine. Then I will ask Arpan as well. If he is fine, then we'll take it.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Okay then. Bye bye. Have a good night.
you. Have a good day. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Take